Welcome back to Chapter 9, Introduction. This is Slide 4, Muscle Overview. As you know from the previous slide, we just talked about the three different types of muscle in the body: skeletal, smooth, and cardiac. They do differ in the way that they look, the way that they accomplish things, what they function, and even where they are. So during this chapter, we'll be talking more about the three different types, but for now we want you to know what those three different types are and anchor them in your head. Before we get going on the chapter officially, if you happen to see this prefix mus, like found in the word muscle, for example, the Latins and the Greeks, when they were first describing human anatomy, they believed that when you flexed your bicep in your arm and you kept flexing it back and forth, it looked like a little miniature mouse running back and forth in your upper arm. So that's actually where the word muscle comes from. Additionally, if you see any prefixes in this chapter or out there in real life with a prefix like myo or sarco, it refers to the word muscle also. There are products out there for, building your muscles like myofusion, muscle milk, and different things like that you see at H-E-B, at Vitamin Shop, and all the different stores that carry products to, optimize your muscle tissues. So this chapter, it applies to, your real life, relevant things that you're doing. And, muscle building and toning is something that will keep you strong and youthful for years. So I hope that if you're not considering right now any kind of exercise, that you might be interested in possibly toning or doing a little bit of weightlifting along with this chapter. In slide 5, muscle has a lot of different similarities. It doesn't matter if, usually it's skeletal or cardiac or smooth or whatever. Particularly like skeletal and smooth, they're elongated and they have what we call striations, also known as stripes. And this is skeletal muscle right here in this image that I popped on for you. And I'm going to zoom in on it here just a little bit so you can see it just a little better, the lighting and everything. It's banded. Striped is a good way to say it. And all muscle contracts. And that's what muscle is all about. It's about contraction. And there are different types of filaments. Filaments are like strings, pieces of protein. Myofilament means a muscle fiber, a muscle string, if you will. And there are two types out there, actin and myosin. And what happens is these different fibers, let's say that you have this pin right here representing actin, and this pin right here representing myosin. They will slide past one another to expand the muscle or contract. Expand, contract. That's basically how our muscles are built. Very elementary explanation. Furthermore, in this chapter, if we're referring to muscle cells and you see something like sarcolemma, don't be afraid of these words. Again, sarco refers to muscle in both of these. A sarcolemma is just a muscle cell like this, and we're referring to the plasma membrane around the outside in just a muscle cell. The cytoplasm inside a muscle cell is called sarcoplasm. Instead of just cytoplasm, specifically means the cytoplasm inside of a muscle cell. Alright, hold that thought as we progress now towards slide 6.